Right, welcome everyone to this DVD, this encounter here at Glenelg Oval. Glenelg hosting Centrals as Fisher gets the kick out of the clearance for the Glenelg side, but he wasn't able to find a forward on that occasion. So Centrals relief from defence, trying to look for Havelberg there, but Rudolph is right with him, hook around the body, trying to find a teammate. Glenelg with numbers here.
Backwell.
Backwell there. Backwards in traffic, sends the ball up the line, out of play. Your commentators this afternoon in this game is myself, Damien Woodards, and I'm joined by Daniel Frankos. How you going, Dan?
Oh, fantastic. Really looking forward to this big game, and certainly it's the clash of the day today. And we're expecting a big crowd here, 4,000 to 5,000, I'd say. And, well, Glenelg really are the form team of the competition. So here we go. Centrals have now got the ball in defence through Richard Cochrane. And he's going to look for the grandstand side. Here comes Rory Kirkby. He's been one of Glenelg's best players this season. Down to Doldig. And the umpire said he threw it out. So who's your tip for today,
I was just going to ask you yours. But look, I'm actually going to tip Centrals today. I know that they are the underdogs, but I think Glenelg, might be tested this afternoon. Centrals with a couple of big outs, but going for Centrals. And yourself?
Well, I'm going to go for Glenelg just. More just for the fact that they are in such good form, but I still think Centrals are they're the reigning champions. They've won 6 of the past 8 grand finals, and I'd still expect them to finish well in the top 3, and I would also expect Glenelg to join them up there.
Okay, as play recommences, Mule sends a hand pass out towards Holmes, who was in amongst Glenelg's better players last week in their win against Sturt. A player out there in Backwell was attacked by a few dogs. We'll have a boundary throw-in. And
just in the reserves, Glenelg got up by 21 points. They kicked 10 goals in the last quarter.
Amazing.
And it was just an amazing last quarter to win by 21 points. So good signs for Glenelg. Today it's their big past players family day today, so it's a big game. So Glenelg now going into attack, looking for Grimer, and there he is. He's the brother of Nathan Grimer. This is Todd Grimer.
Big recruit this year.
Big recruit, and he goes into the forward pocket, and that's Adam Fisher. He's one of Glenelg's state squad players, and one of their most prolific ball winners. And well, he didn't have a shot. He's gone to Holmes.
Gee, they've gone further back. They had, of course, the forward line fairly crowded there, so they're going to try another avenue to go.
The flood's on, isn't it?
Yes,
There's only 2 players actually behind Holmes at the moment.
So as we watch Holmes send it into Glenelg's attacking 50, but there for Centrals is Williams. Takes a nice mark, now goes laterally out towards Laurie. The ball comes, and Heath Laurie well down from centre half forward. He's got a player inboard in Sibanala who's come up from fullback. Now he's got another player on in Dutchke. He's got some space. Takes a nice mark right in front of us here in the grandstand. Sends a handball out towards Slattery. Here's Central's first entry into 50. Who is he looking for there? Cowan in the pocket there, unable to complete the mark. Sherwood there at the bottom of the pack. Actually, it's Sugars there. And ball is rushed through by Panozzo. So the first score of this afternoon goes to Centrals.
And Centrals have actually won 18 of their last 20 games against Glenelg, which is an amazing record. And Centrals have also won 8 of the last 9 here at Challenge Recruitment Oval. So Glenelg just haven't beaten Centrals for 2 years. So here's their chance. Sherwood on the outer wing. He's got the ball now. He has a bounce.
No one on the mark.
No one on the mark at all. He's looking up forward. He's got Doldig, he's got Grimer, and that's Kirkby as well. So there's those 3 big talls.
Of course, the big omission this week was Seller going to the Crows, and Lachlan Button gets his opportunity for Glenelg this afternoon, who have got a pretty strong reserve side.
Well, they certainly have, and that's probably not the worst option for Glenelg to have Button in, who's a ruckman. And Glenelg have actually got those 3 big talls. So there's Doldig. Now, he's also got Grimer and Kirkby to go for. But, gee, Centrals have really got a flood on at the moment. Doldig, he's going to put this up high into the square. Who's up there? Grimer was there. Matty Bode lays a good tackle. And Centrals get away with it. Matthew Slade, a 6-time premiership player, showing all of his experience. And on to Richard Cochrane.
So Central's out of defence, but only as far as Cranston. He's given away a free kick out there, coming over the top. and 25 as well. So 25-metre advantage for the Central side, who send the ball just outside of their 50, looking for Williams there. He's got Mules, the Glenelg captain, right on him, and we'll have a boundary throw-in.
And of course, the winner of this game will go to equal top with Sturt, and depending on percentage, could actually be in top spot. And for the loser, they'll be in 4th spot. So it's a big prize for the winner here today.
So Glenelg from that contest. Fisher, good work by Murphy through traffic on towards Mules. Just kicks up the line towards centre wing. Holmes, good pass on to Backwell. He sends the ball out to one of the tall forwards. And Doldig. Ruwalt was there, and the ball will go over the line. Just interesting with the 3 talls for Glenelg in their forward line. It was just interesting that first entry, though, they decided to come out backwards to go back in. And I would have thought 3 talls there.
I think exactly right. Get it in there as quick as you can and kick long and direct into that forward line. And just haven't done that at this stage, Glenelg. They've been pretty indirect. Central's actually flooded very well, and there's been only basically one Central's player behind the balls. They've had 17 players clogging up that Glenelg forward line so far.
So a boundary throw in. Cranston gets the tap. In after it is Slade. Fighting hard there is Shaw. And Murphy's the last one, almost the last one to get up. Dutchke hands back the football to umpire Woodcock. So another stoppage, and looks like it's not going anywhere again. So we're going to have another stoppage here. Just 7 minutes gone, only 1 point on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard.
Gee, it's a scrappy game at the moment. I mean, this has been billed as the game of the round, and at the moment, it's certainly not living up to it at the moment. At the 8-minute mark, it's Central's 1 point to Glenelg yet to score.
Not
so
very
Backwell's
open,
got
is it?
It's not open at all. Backwell's got it, but Central's would be happy with this. They're really clogging Glenelg up. Glenelg's trademark run and carry just cannot get the ball out of that area. And we'll have another ball up with Cranston against Shaw. So the 2 big men, Cranston in the state squad. Can't get the ball out. Here we go. Fisher's got it now. Onto Panozzo. Runs it around. Gives out a handball. Onto the captain, Benny Mules. Now he's looking forward. He's got Kirkby up there. And that is a fantastic mark from Rory Kirkby, the former Hawthorn rookie list player. Onto Ruwalt.
That's better forward movement.
That's the way. Just get it in quickly. And Ruwalt will now line up for his first goal. The 22-year-old who's played 47 matches, lining up for his first goal of today. And Ruwalt's probably one of those guys, Damien, that gets under the guard a bit. They've got those small forwards of McConnell and Matty Bode, and Ruwalt's probably that one that often slips under the guard.
Yeah, it's also just surprised to see him starting. Generally he does start on the bench for the Glenelg side, but into the 18 on the field as we watch him have a shot on goal, and he's missed. So minor score to Glenelg, so it's a point apiece here at the 9-minute mark of the first term. Good kick out, finds Faulkner. Faulkner is away. He's got O'Sullivan running for him. Takes a bounce through the middle of the ground, gets around Rudolph, sends the ball now looking for Laurie, who's charged back towards goal. Bounces off his chest, chance there for Sherwood. Laurie might have to hit it out here. And no, the umpire is going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and we're going to have a ball up deep in Central's attacking zone.
And Central's, they did that well, actually, got that forward very quickly. So Cranston's got it now. Laurie has a left foot snap. James Gowans is down there. And we'll have another bounce. So after almost 10 minutes of play, it's 1 point apiece. Glenelg, the highest scoring team in the competition in terms of points per match, against well, Centrals are the second best defence in terms of this season.
Who's the first?
I think this game is being played very much on the Bulldogs' terms at the moment, Damien.
Yes, definitely. Of course, Glenelg coming off a big win against Sturt last week, where it was a very open game. A lot of goals scored.
Yep.
McConnell, I think, got 5 that day from memory. Chambers got 6. And at the moment, we've gone past the 10-minute mark and still no major on the board. So umpire Woodcock throws up the football. Chance now for Kane. Races away from the pack. Now he's got a player out wide. Can he find him? It looks to be Kirkby out there, but good recovery from Hayes. Finds Westhoff. Westhoff kicks just outside the 50. Punch away from Cranston. Chance from Mules on towards Murphy. Back on the 1-2 to Mules. Now he's got a player in Grimer. He's got a couple of Central's players to beat, but the boundary line will win out there.
And it really is a game where Glenelg, you know, they've promised so much for a long time, and a lot of people do expect them to win today, and they really do. It's a real big test, isn't it, to see if they can back it up.
I think they're at $1.75, the odds there, and Central's are about $2 to win today. As we see the Dogs into attack, but a great smother there. Goodrin at the bottom of the pack gets a shove in the back, and he'll take the free kick in the middle of the ground. So Lex to go out wide. He's got Westhoff there, or Swatala. Yes, it's Westhoff, Lee Westhoff there. Now sends it up to the goal square, looking for Laurie at the back. Nearly a nice mark, but has been paid to the man in front in Paul Sherwood, and he'll relieve for Glenelg.
So Sugars now runs the ball out of defence. That's a kick into space. Ty Allen's there for Glenelg, and Dutchke for Centrals. Ooh. And the ball, well, what's the umpire going to do here? No, does the right thing and balls it up. And, well, after almost 12 minutes of play, the scores are still 1 point apiece, and it's actually just being played between the two 50-metre arcs at the moment. So Glenelg trying to get this ball free, trying to get it out. And just the pressure from Centrals. Glenelg haven't faced this for a long time, since round 1. Now Grimer's there. Down to Fisher. Gee, that Central's back line, Sibanela just holding up superbly at the moment. They're under siege back there and doing a fantastic job, and that's their trademark, really, isn't it? Just that pressure they apply to the player who's got the ball.
Absolutely, and that's how you shut down sides. It's immediately that they've got to go by hand generally in that situation, and then that's where you can actually get a turnover. As the boundary throw-in takes place, Centrals will win this clearance here. Slade dribbles a kick towards Slattery, and it's over the line. Of course, Charles Slattery, based in Melbourne now, travelling across to play football here.
And his brother, I believe, plays for Essendon, Henry Slattery, so it's a pretty talented family.
As we watch Mackenzie and Cranston do battle, Cranston gets the knock. Ruwalt does well, but he's got the ball tied to him by Westhoff, and we're going to have another ball up. So, umpire Toby Midland. Ruwalt gets a kick inside Glenelg's 50, chance here, but appears to be Cochrane there for the Central side. But he's wrapped up and going to have another stoppage. So probably had a record number of stoppages so far in this contest.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Just the pressure that both sides are applying, and it almost is like a final at the moment, the way the game's being played.
Well, as you said, there is a lot on the line this afternoon for the winner. So good work wrestling there. Chance for the Glenelg side. It was almost they were trying to go for a touchdown, but that was done by Hayes, and another behind to the Glenelg side.
Oh, they doubled their score. There we go. 2-1.
So a game of centimetres at the moment. As Adam Swatala is taking as much time as possible. Elects to play on from the goal square. Now he comes down grandstand wing. Got Mackenzie here. Dutchke is a high flyer, but neither of those players are able to get to the ball, and we're going to have a boundary throw-in.
I was actually just having a look at a few of the stats before the game, and Glenelg and Centrals, believe it or not, have no player in the top 15 possession winners in the SANFL before this round, and I guess they've played one game less than a lot of sides, but an amazing stat.
Yeah, well, probably a reflection that they're both well-balanced sides. So as Panozzo going back with the flight of the football does well on that occasion. And Markle free kick. He's got a player. Probably Allen looks like he's just come straight off the interchange.
He just wandered on then.
Just hope they haven't got 19 on the field. As Cranston takes mark in front of Mackenzie, plays on, sends the ball into Glenelg's attacking zone. The big ball is there, but a big fly across the front of the pack by John Hinge. Yes. Great mark there.
Just what the game needed, I think, just to...
Yes.
But, well, certainly for the Glenelg fans, they're a bit quiet at the moment, and just a big roar coming from around us at the moment. And John Hinge, the former Adelaide Crows listed player, can he get the first major at the... gee, we're at the 16-minute mark.
Gee, God. Yeah, well, they need, and it's a fine day. It's 22 degrees was forecast maximum here. No chance of rain and a slight northwesterly breeze. As we watch John Hinge come in towards goal, and still we have no major yet. But at least we had a highlight.
And against Centrals, you've got to kick those. You've got to kick goals like that directly in front. You're not going to get as many chances as against other teams. Centrals do not allow you to get that space, and just got to kick those goals. So the ball's now in the middle. Centrals have got the ball here. Now they've got Laurie up there, Havelberg and Cowan. They've got a multi-pronged forward line. The ball falls to Sugars, to Rudolph. Ball down. Cowan's got the ball. He's come back from injury. Here goes Centrals now. Chad O'Sullivan, been one of their best recruits in recent times. And there'll be a throw-in, well, about 25 metres out from the Centrals goal.
So it'll be Laurie and Sherwood to do battle. Cranston comes over the top. Chance there for James Gowans. Handball on to O'Sullivan, who's in trouble. Williams goes and fetches the football. He's in trouble immediately. Goes in after it again. Chance out towards Goodrins. Has a snap of the goals. What's he done? Kicked the impossible goal at the... No, it's touched. It was touched. Goal umpire signalled there. Well, gee, I was about to jump out of the chair because we had a major, but no. But in a tight situation there, Goodrin did extremely well under those circumstances, but only managed another minor score.
I was actually writing it in the footy budget. Had to actually scribble it out. So it's Glenelg now, good kick out, back well. He's got to get himself into the game. He can't. Here goes the Central side, McCabe. And we'll have a ball up, another ball up. It must be an SANFL record here for a first quarter. At the 18-minute mark, Glenelg lead 3 points to Central's 2. So Sherwood's in there. And once again, another ball up. And Damien, you've seen a bit of Centrals this year, and they're slowly getting better and better, aren't they? They're
yeah, they're getting... Well, I mean, it's a player of the calibre of Callanan who's exciting, and that's who they're missing at the moment, I think, around goal and around the pack. So we'll see how they perform this afternoon. But they've got Luke McCabe back at the club now, wearing number 8.
The Jack Odie medalist.
Yes. So as the ball comes back into attack for the Dogs, but trying to find Cowan, and he's down on the deck at the moment. He's going to take a little while to get up. Meanwhile, ball comes out towards Kane, who's found a bit of space on this grandstand wing. Rudolph has come up from fullback, take the mark, centre wing. Steadies things for a moment. He's got Hinge waving, presenting a lead. Now another lead presents. Good one there, and it's Kirkby. Now passes back over towards Bode. Still outside their attacking zone, Glenelg. Doldig now presents, but ill-directed kick, and Faulkner takes the easiest of marks and will relieve for Centrals. Goes out to the outer side where he's got a player free, switches it over towards Ware. Ware now, short pass on towards Slade. Slade thought about playing on, now stops as the blood rule has been enforced. Just trying to pick up the player. It might be Cowan coming off.
It's Cowan.
Yep.
But I guess, yeah, the 20-minute mark, it's a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment, and I've watched quite a few of the Glenelg games this season, and they've been pretty much free-flowing. They've been the highest-scoring team, as we've said, in the SANFL, and basically what Centrals are doing are clogging that up at the moment, not allowing Glenelg's trademark run and carry into that forward line.
And what they will do, I think, from what I've seen of Centrals, it'll be a pretty tight contest early, then they'll run all over the top in the third or last quarter. So here come the Glenelg, the Central side again, but another tackle on the player in Nozzo there. And we're going to have another stoppage. Umpire Woodcock throws it up for Cranston and Shaw. Fisher, handball onto Backwell, so another win there for Glenelg as they send the ball up the wing. Chance there for Kane. Takes a nice dive, but It's going to be a boundary thrown out there on the other side. 20 minutes gone. Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard reads Glenelg 3 points, Centrals 2.
So it's Cranston now against Shaw. Two of the informed ruckmen in the SANFL. Shaw gets his hand to it. Comes down to O'Sullivan. Bode's there. Clever handball. Backwell kicks it now. Now Doldig's there. Here's a chance for Glenelg. Gives out a handball. But once again, okay, McGregor's got it now. Gee, it's scrappy play, isn't it, on that outer side?
No, they can't seem to find a player in space.
Now Centrals, here's a chance for them. Can't get it out. John Hinge is there. Faulkner. And, well, gee, I guess that sums it up at the moment.
A lot of pressure.
Hasn't been the highest standard, but it has been high pressure. So Backwell. He kicks it now, looking for Hinge. Can't find him. Doldig's got it.
Ooh.
Faulkner. Hinge has got it now. Here's a chance for McGregor, the smallest man in the Glenelg side, and gee, that's another point.
Well, again, we've seen a Glenelg with a couple of set shots at goal, but perhaps the ones that they should have got. But that was a rather difficult one there for McGregor in that circumstance. You know, having to rush the kick, not having much time with the football, and then you can see from that the pressure that the Central side are applying so far this afternoon. But
just need to go through, though, don't they, Damien?
Yes.
To beat Centrals, to beat a side like the Bulldogs, you need a bit of luck, and those goals have to go through.
So the ball's now with McCabe. Calls someone towards him. That player is Faulkner. Of course, big recruit for, well, he's remained a Bulldog. Came over from
the Bulldogs.
And finds Ware in the middle. Now is opportunity for Slattery to set something up here for the Central side. Sends the ball to the forward in Laurie, but Sherwood in best position. Wins a free kick. Glenelg rebound, and that finds Bode right in front of us. Now Bode looking to go in the middle now. Yes, wants to. Yep, he's got a player free in Murphy. Murphy, kick smothered. Good smother there by Laurie, but Rudolph was there. Dishes off towards McConnell. McConnell certainly slings down as he finds a teammate in the back pocket. Is that no, it's Panozzo. So Panozzo find Sherwood. So as numbers drop back for Centrals, Sherwood back to Panozzo. Takes on Slade, gets the ball out towards Doldig, who's well up the ground, turns around immediately. That's better played. Now Grimer's one out.
Mark.
Good body work there. Dishes off to McConnell. Wasn't. He's paid a free kick.
Gee, I don't know about that one. I thought he marked that quite well. The umpire took it off him. So Centrals now have the ball, and Gowans on his right foot goes in. And Central's just playing this game on their terms at the moment. Cochrane, he's racked it up. He's been busy early.
Couldn't say there'd be too much time left too in this quarter. 23 minutes gone with no goal scored.
Oh, well done by Rudolph. Ball's at Havelberg. Here goes Mills to Ben Kane. Bode, McConnell. This is what Glenelg need, but not that. Centrals have got it now. Here's Cochrane again. He's almost got the ball on a string at the moment. And a clever kick, clever left foot kick to Havelberg. Probably Central's best chance now. He's got Laurie roaming around up forward. So Havelberg, who kicked 14 goals in an SANFL game last year against Norwood, goes in short and, well, what's the umpire done?
He's paid a free kick.
Gee, Elijah Ware, he actually dropped that ball. The umpires, I believe, was that a push or a mark?
I think there was an infringement.
An infringement there, and well, the former Port Adelaide power listed player, you'd think would be a big chance to kick this goal.
Got to kick it. So Glenelg have been doing all the attacking, but Centrals have been peppering the goals as well, and they finally get a major as the Glenelg supporters tell the umpire what they thought of that last decision. So Centrals with their first goal, they move to 1-2-8. A doubled Glenelg score, 4 points.
Well, I mean, just a bit of luck that either team needs, and Grimer may have taken a mark up the other end that was overturned, and Elijah Ware may have got a lucky one there, but that's what you need to take. But at least Centrals took their chance. So the ball now in the middle. Cranston does well, gets it down to Backwell. Here go Glenelg. Kicking up forward, and what's the umpire going to do here? Yep, he's paid that one.
It's a good mark.
So Todd Grimer, he's, as we've said earlier, the brother of Central's premiership player, Nathan Grimer. Todd actually was contemplating whether to play for Glenelg or Centrals, and when Nathan got snapped up by the Kangaroos, Todd Grimer decided that he's actually growing real estate as his job, and he decided to join Glenelg. So here goes Grimer now on the siren, on the quarter-time siren, and has a shot for goal. And can you believe that the Glenelg, the most informed team in terms of scoring in the competition, have not kicked a goal in the first quarter? At quarter time, it's Central's lead, 1-8 to Glenelg, 5 points.
So we'll be back very shortly with the second quarter. All right, second quarter about to get underway. Central's holding a slender lead of 3 points. Umpire Toby Medlin will bounce the football in the middle. A great bounce there for the ruckman. It's Button opposed to Shaw there. Kick out of the middle. Button after it again, sends a handball out towards Murphy, comes back towards Backwell. Backwell now elects to go to the forward pocket where McConnell has presented, but it's too far for him. We'll have a boundary throw-in.
And McConnell's that man that can just bob up at any time. He's Glenelg's match winner. So in the second half, he normally comes, kicks a few goals. So Doldig now, he's in the ruck. Backwell, here's a chance for the Tigers, but a fine mark by Daniel Shell. He kicks it now. Sibanela, one of Central's 50 premiership players who they have in their 6 premierships. So here they go. Slattery now, and that's fair enough. That was a clear push in the back there by Panozzo. And Charles Slattery, the 24-year-old, he's on the half-back flank, on the grandstand side. He's got Havelberg making a lead. The umpire calls play on. Now where does he go now? He's in trouble. Well done.
Now Hayes
is gone. He's got to be gone. Oh, gee. That's
well, maybe the umpire just wants to get the crowd involved because, yeah, clearly Centrals were dead and buried there in that situation. Glenelg had boxed them in, and well, a let off there. Good pressure by Glenelg to trap Centrals. Had no options up forward, but Hayes elects to go up towards the wing. Chance there for I think it's Laurie who's changed his number to number 60 there. Backwards to Kane, but no one home for Centrals, and Hayes chops it off. Goes across the ground. He's got a player in Shell. Shell's got another player free in, I'm going to say James Gowans, I'll take a guess. Over towards Swatala. Swatala now swings back towards the goal where Laurie's back there, but it's punched away from him and over the line for another minor score for Central. So they're 1-3-9. Leading Glenelg 5 points on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard. So the ball now brought into play. Ben Kane, one of Glenelg's 4 state squad members, and a bit of conjecture that Sam Rudolph didn't make that state squad, but anyway, let's see how he goes today. So Kirkby now. He's got it here. Here's a chance. Kirkby to Ty Allen in the best form of his career at the moment. Oh, that's a fine mark, though, good
by
body
Faulkner.
work.
The Western Bulldogs recruit. So he goes across the ground now. And there's that man again, Lee Westhoff. He's picked up quite a lot, so goes on his left foot. He's kicking it towards Murphy. That's a fine mark there by Byron Murphy on the wing. And here's a chance for Glenelg. So Glenelg back in the middle. Bode is free. Dishes off to Fisher. Fisher has got Doldig one-on-one and takes a nice mark in front of his eyes. And he'll go back and have a shot and perhaps put Glenelg's first major on the board. And Doldig actually works at the Adelaide Crows, and what was quite amusing last night was Doldig and Seller have been playing together for Glenelg, and last night Sella ran onto the ground and there was Doldig with the cheer squad. So here he is now. He has a shot and, well, that's why he's the man up there at the moment for Glenelg. That's Glenelg's first goal. That'll get him going. Matthew Doldig. He's kicked 116 goals in his career. No man in that Glenelg side has kicked more. And, well, he needs to fight for Glenelg to have a chance in this game.
Well, again, yeah, another one of those tall forwards, but that was good movement. Didn't allow time for the Central's defenders and on-ballers to get back and flood, as we saw a lot during that first term. And so the first time that they've got a forward, tall forward free, one-on-one, they get a goal. So back in the middle, Rucks compete, back well there. Now Glenelg will win this. Over towards Fisher, sends the ball back towards McConnell, going back with a fly to the football. He's got the opportunity now to recover and kick a goal. And Justin McConnell loves that. He's, as I said last week, it's why he wears long sleeves, because he's got plenty of tricks up his sleeve.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And I mean, he's just another player. I mean, he kicked 63 goals last year, made the Advertiser Team of the Year. He's been bobbing up for Glenelg, kicking big goals. Dominated last week against Sturt, and he didn't get named in the state squad either. So there's a bit of, I just heard a few whispers around the Glenelg club, people that, well, supporters, they're a bit bemused. But anyway, Button here. Here we go, Backwell. Here's a chance. Holmes, Mules, the captain. Well, that might come off because Ben Kane, he's clever enough, but well done. James Gowans. Oh, gee, that's skill, isn't it? I mean,
he stole that.
So Havelberg, we talk about how hard and tough the Gowans are, but they're actually two of the most skillful players in the SANFL. So Havelberg, the 20-year-old who's, as we said before, he kicked 14 goals in one league game last year, and just playing his 24th game.
So has a shot on goal, but he's going to miss everything. Going to punch away in the back pocket there. We'll have a boundary throw in. So 3 minutes gone of this second term here at Glenelg, up by 8 points on the Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard. As we wait for the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. It's Laurie wearing number 60 against Button there. Chance for O'Sullivan, but Glenelg come away through Fisher. He'll send the ball out towards the centre wing, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
And you can see why Centrals have got the wood over Glenelg. They've won the last 4 encounters, and I just think their toughness around the ball, and Glenelg like it to be a bit more free-flowing than this. But so Button now, he put the tap down. Here's a chance for the Dogs. Can they get it out? They can't. Backwell's got it now. Clever handball to Holmes. Here we go. Fisher's got a chance. Oh, gee. Slattery, that was magnificent play, but unfortunately for the Dogs, he kicks it. And Lockie Button, the man who came in for Sella. So Ben Kane. He's got Rudolph on the wing. He goes to him now. Rudolph's a chance. He should play on here. He does. He's looking for McConnell. He's also got Doldig. Where's McConnell? There he is. Will he bob up? Oh, he does.
Yes, at the back.
He's that man who can just bob up, as we said, at any time.
That's right. He had a big, from memory, I reckon it was his second quarter where he really turned it on last week at Unley and managed to walk away with 5 goals for the afternoon. But as you said, he just bobs up, and a great return last year, 63 goals from a small forward. That is a great return. Well,
he's the best small forward in the SANFL when he's on. Can he kick this one? And, well, you give him a rap.
He's made a real meal of that.
Welcome to the caper. Give him a rap and he'll let you down every time. But that's what he can do. He can kick an amazing goal, or he can miss one from there. That's part of the package that he delivers.
Yes, so Sibanala being told to hurry up, and he kicks it back towards McConnell.
He'll probably kick a goal out of this.
Yes, he'll get one. He has another shot on goal. What's he done
this
time? There he goes. He's made up for it.
That's what he can do, McConnell. He can bob up. He'll miss the easy goal. He'll kick the impossible. He is Glenelg's match winner.
So great goal there to Justin McConnell, and Glenelg get their third. And after peppering the goals in that first term, where they couldn't find a major, suddenly they're out 3-5-23, up by 14 points against Central's 1-3-9. So Yeah.
Just that creativity he's got. He can do anything. He's almost he's a bit like Damien Cupido, who can just bob up at any time and kick quick goals. But here goes Centrals now through Slattery. Gives out a handball. Onto Goodrum. Left foot kick. Rudolph, that's ball. Slade. Oh. Crowd not happy. It was probably there though, so Slade's got it now. Onto Slattery, and that is a clever kick. Fine ball by Murphy. Mules has got it now, and well, what's the umpire going to do here?
It's a high tackle. He signalled a high tackle to Ben Mules, and also 25. Perhaps a bit of argument there from the Centrals forwards. So Ben Mules just chips it out towards McGregor. No, sorry, Sugars back there. On towards Sherwood.
Well,
and he gets 25 as well. Now it's it's James Gowan's there. I think he tried to reduce the advantage to about 20 metres, but
you try anything.
So Sherwood sends the ball into Glenelg's attacking zone, but Central's players fly high. Crummers are Ruwalt and Holmes. Holmes is tackled immediately once he takes possession of the football. And we're going to have a ball up in Glenelg's full forward pocket.
So Glenelg now. They've kicked 3 quick goals, and here's a chance for another one. Kirkby lays it down. Well done by Faulkner. Now what will the umpire call here? Well, in the AFL, that's deliberate. The SANFL, I think it's a better rule in the SANFL where a guy actually gets 20 metres of ground and doesn't get penalised. I think that's fair. So Doldig now in the ruck against Buckets McKenzie. Here goes Holmes. Bode, clever little handball. Ruwalt, where'd he go?
Gee,
it's
tough
a
there.
pretty tough encounter, and brilliantly done. But not the kick.
Yeah. Dutchke there emerged with the football, but had nowhere to go. He was really boxed in there. And it's Glenelg applying the pressure so far. Now a little free kick here for hanging on, or a trip there to Justin McConnell. Had front position.
When he's on, isn't he?
As I said, yeah, I reckon it was the second quarter last week. He really turned it on.
I mean, I've seen him in games do absolutely nothing for a game I called for Pines Lodge last year against West at Richmond, and then he just bobbed up with about 4 goals in about, in a quarter.
Ah, look at that.
And he's got
it. There we go, and he signals to the crowd. I think he probably enjoys this end of the ground.
There's no doubt about that, the snout slouts.
Yeah, where all the supporters are, and the snout slouts and the Glenelg faithful gather. And they're getting a wonderful exhibition of football by Justin McConnell at the 8-minute mark of this second term here at Glenelg. 4-5-29, a 20-point margin over Central's 1-3-9 on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard.
Gee, I reckon you'd look good in a South Australian jumper. He may be a Victorian, but...
well, they could still add to the squad, can't they?
They certainly can. Yeah. So here we go.
So Lachlan Button trying to get the football out. It's Allen who emerges with it. Over towards Hinge. He's tackled immediately, and a turnover here. Chance for Centrals now to respond through the agency of McCabe, who finds O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan now wants to get around, but he can't. He's trapped by a couple of Glenelg players, so sends the ball high and a big leap.
What a mark.
Great mark there by Cowan.
Certainly Cowan. I think he's wearing a different jumper at the moment.
Yes, because he came off with the blood rule in that first term, so he's gone to number 61, and it's Heath Laurie wearing number 60 for the viewers watching this DVD. And
Cowan actually missed a lot of football last year. He hardly played at all, and Laurie took that centre-half forward spot from him. And just seeing how they're gelling so far this season, then they've just getting used to playing with each other.
So Centrals badly need their second, but Luke Cowan on this occasion has missed. And so a minor score there, 1-4-10, Centrals trailing Glenelg 4-5-29.
So Glenelg now with a chance. They've had all the play in this second quarter. Centrals really needed that goal just to really put some scoreboard pressure on the Tigers. So Sugars, he's really been a revelation in defence this year. He's got the ball now. Gives a handball over to his fellow former Adelaide Crow listed player and John Hinge. Goes forward looking for another former Crow and Bode. He's not there, but Fisher's got it. Cleverly get it onto his right foot.
Oh, geez,
is it a
not
goal?
a bad shot.
Is it a goal? I think it is.
Great goal.
He's fired up, and so are the Tigers. They get their 5th goal. And Glenelg now go to 5-5-34. Central Districts 1-4-10, a margin of 24 points. And gee, Damien, this could be the quarter that breaks it open, and it's certainly looking like it at the moment.
Absolutely, and that was great recovery front and square at Fisher there for Glenelg's side. And that was a wonderful snap, really under pressure. Probably just had a quick glance at the goals. Probably wanted to centre the ball in the end, but it wasn't the greatest of kicks, but it came off, and it was excellent result for the Glenelg side. Back in the middle.
Oh, they're getting it. It's all running for them now.
As Ty Allen wins a free kick. Dishes off. Panozzo running through the middle. Now sends it over towards McConnell in his direction. Punched away by Faulkner. Hayes is under pressure. He falls to his feet. Doldig gets a quick kick away, but Shell picks up for Central. Sends the ball out towards Ware. And they breathe a sigh of relief. As Ware goes back, off a step. High leap there by Murphy. And he's given away a free kick.
Would have been mark of the year if he'd pulled that one down.
Yes, would have had goal of the year and mark of the year in the space of a minute. Okay, so Centrals now looking to come towards centre forward, but Rudolph chops it off. Now he rebounds for Glenelg. Nice kick out towards his forward and Kirkby, but under pressure there by Shell. Steadies now. Goes along the wing. Who's he got there? He's looking for Laurie, but it's cutting it off is Hinge there for Glenelg.
That man Hinge, he's just getting better as this season goes on. Gets it over now. This is Panozzo. Pretty much a utility play. He bobbed up with 6 goals last year against Nord, but he's playing most of his time in defence this season. Lockie Button, the man who came into Cellar. Now he's set McGregor a task there. McGregor's 174 centimetres against Big Buckets Mackenzie.
He was in the land of the Giants there.
Almost like, well, it's schoolboy stuff, wasn't it? Like a schoolboy against a man there. But Sibonala, he's been part of that great Central's dynasty, which he hopes continues, and I'm sure it will. With Slattery now.
Williams, who's been quiet.
He has been quiet. We haven't called his name too often. So Williams now, he's... well, that's a clever little kick. Now, that's that man McCabe, isn't it, who's come back after a year of retirement. He's looking forward. Where's Cowan? The big men fly. The ball spills down. And, well, that is a magnificent snap there by Chad O'Sullivan. He just bobs up. He's one of the best recruits they've got over the last few years. And, well, he's really filling in that Ian Callanan type role, isn't he? Callanan, a big withdrawal today from the Central side, and Chad O'Sullivan really needs to stand up for the Bulldogs today, Damien. That's right.
They need that crumbing forward, that small crummer, that role that Callanan plays, because he's just so electrifying around the packs when the ball spills as from the marking contest there. So Centrals get a much-needed goal. Their first for the term. They're 2-4-16, trailing Glenelg 5-5-35 Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard. In the middle again, but Mackenzie picks up for Centrals, tackled immediately. McCabe's in there, gets it out. Quick kick by Centrals, looking for O'Sullivan again, but wrestling there with Panozzo. Cranston trying to bend over, pick it up. He's on his haunches at the moment. Crowd ball calling for holding the ball, but the umpire won't have it, and he'll Tim Pfeiffer. It's there on the half-forward line for Centrals. Will throw the ball up. Cranston taps. Tackled there is Holmes. McCabe sends it forward. Cowan one-on-one here. Good wrestle. Got rid of his opponent, but he's got another opponent in Rudolph, who rushed the ball over the line. Another minor score for Centrals.
So here go the Tigers. Rudolph, a magnificent kick on the outer wing there to Byron Murphy. Number 23, Byron Murphy. He kicks it, a clever little kick to Holmes. Well, that's a magnificent kick now. Murphy's got it. He can almost go all the way here. He decides to kick. Where's McConnell? There he is. The ball comes down. Grimer, Sibonala. They're under siege back there. And the ball comes out now, and that's that man Cochrane, who racked up quite a bit in that first quarter. Clever little kick to Slade. As we've said, one of only 3 six-time premiership players, along with the Gowans brothers. To Sibonala. And just not enough movement up forward at the moment. Doesn't really know where to go, so he goes in short, and that's play on. Here goes Glenelg. Backwell's got it now. He's running him off their feet at the moment. It's a clever little kick to Bowe. Now he wants to play on too. He's got Ruwalt, McConnell. He can go long now. He's looking for Doldig.
Oh, in fact, goal square.
In fact, Doldig's run forward and left the forward 50 open. It was probably a good idea, and well, Glenelg now go to 5 goals 6-36. Lead Centrals 2-5-17.
Now, just with Centrals in that last passage there, they had the ball here on their half-back line. Wouldn't you be better just drilling it long?
No doubt about that.
Rather than turning the ball over at centre wing?
I mean, a short kick to a contest, you've really got to go long if you're in doubt.
So Centrals now from the back line. Let's see what they do this time. That's a better long kick up towards centre wing, and Elijah Ware takes a mark. Goes back. Now he's got a player on in Laurie who's presenting. Good mark there by Heath Laurie in front of Sherwood. He wants to get it on while that forward line is still open. Chance now for Cowan, who's one out. Ball comes to ground. Cowan in after it again.
Oh.
He's got O'Sullivan there. Has to step backwards now. Steadies. He's got a player free in Dutchke in the forward pocket. And it's, yes, opportunity for Dutchke. Scott Dutchke to get his first this afternoon. Of course, took a great mark in the grand final last year, Daniel.
Oh, he certainly didn't. I remember he kicked a very clever goal in that grand final as well at an important stage. And another important stage here in the second quarter. He really needs to kick this for Centrals. It's a really big kick.
And you talk about the hole that, talk about the hole that Ian Callanan has left in the side this afternoon. Dutchke, of course, is one of those players too that could step up and
certainly
take that role this afternoon. As Glenelg come out of defence, looking for Doldig, centre wing. Nice mark. So certainly beating Sibanala at the moment. As Bowe presents another Matthew. Goes back.
That's
Cranston. Now he's got Grimer, who's got a
fly high.
Gee, I was just watching him. I think he watched the ball immediately. It came off the boot and set himself for a high leap. And wow, we've seen a great mark this quarter, and actually a couple of great marks in this game, and that was no exception.
And gee, the man that that Centrals thought would join them. We've spoken about that before. Here goes Grimer. Directly in front. Shouldn't miss. And he doesn't. He's kicked his first. And Glenelg now going their merry way here in this second quarter. They go to 6 goals, 6-42. Lead Centrals 2 goals, 6-18.
Yeah, certainly Glenelg flying high in this term. And yes, well, the better conversion from their set shots this quarter has resulted in a 24-point margin to the Glenelg side. As we watch,
got to kick those, don't you?
Yeah, well,
Damien, you got it, and it's easy to say that he's directly in front, but he actually finished it then, and that's what Glenelg needed. After
taking a high leap, so many times we see a player mess the kick up. As Centrals win the contest out of the middle, Goodrin sets up McKay, but he's equal to the task. Dishes off to O'Sullivan, and who's got Cowan free, and that's probably the best forward movement we've seen from Centrals for a little while, Daniel.
Well, this is actually a big kick in the context of this game. Centrals haven't got the ball down there too often, and if they can actually kick this goal, margin goes back to 18 points, and suddenly Centrals are actually not out of this game by any stretch, even though Glenelg have dominated. So here goes Cowan, and well, what's he done? He's put it straight through the middle. Luke Cowan, wearing number 61 today, and I mean, that's just that scoreboard pressure that we've spoken about. Glenelg have actually dominated this quarter in terms of possession, but Centrals have got it down there a couple of times now and kicked 2 goals this quarter, and just hanging in there, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just at arm's length from Glenelg at this stage. And Glenelg, yes, a big quarter of football. Of course, Centrals had that margin of 3 points at quarter time, but it's been all Glenelg. They've kicked 6 goals to Centrals 2 in this term. So back in the middle, chance there for Kane. Bumped off the football, but Glenelg prevail here. Chance
that was
now.
Holmes.
Holmes there. Shell in front of Grimer. Falls to his feet, dishes off. But Glenelg, good forward pressure there as Ruwalt gets the advantage over towards Bode. Bode hooks around now. McGregor.
Oh!
Gee, everyone's going to have a go this afternoon as we see one of the smallest players on the ground in Lachlan McGregor take a high leap there, but unsuccessful on that occasion.
I think it's the most exciting forward line in the SANFL, and throw James Seller into that side. So here we go now. Kirkby's in the ruck. The ball comes down. Central's under siege. O'Sullivan. The ball comes out and, well, he did well in the end. Sibanela. Ruwalt, clever little handball to Backwell. Backwell's got a chance here. Back to Bode. On to Cranston. Rudolph. Here's a chance. Backwell.
Oh.
And really, they should have kicked it. They had...
Williams left it behind.
Didn't have the ball. And the crowd in front of us let off some ironical cheers. So Mark Ruwalt. Now he's creating a bit of havoc up there.
And you just heard the supporters yelling out, kick it, kick it. But they wanted to get it to a player who was free, but they've turned it over here as Matthew Slade in the way, takes the football out towards Westhoff. Lee Westhoff there. Handball to a teammate. It goes up the line. Chance looking for Laurie, but well done by Sherwood. Takes on a couple of Central's opponents, then handballs over towards Holmes. Holmes is looking for Fisher. He's going to take a high leg. Unsuccessful again. Chance, good crumbing by McGregor. Centres the ball. Chance for McConnell. Dribbles at his feet. Peels for the free kick. No. Glenelg supporters don't like it as Central's rebound through the agency of Williams. He's got Ware in front of Mules. Now we'll set up for Ware. It doesn't, and Mules just punches it over the line. We're going to have a boundary throw in. 22 minutes gone of this second term.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're not happy, the Glenelg supporters in front of us here. And, well, sometimes you get those, sometimes you don't. And McConnell would have had a shot directly in front. But the score here is Glenelg up by 18 points at the 23-minute mark of the second quarter. Ruwalt creating a bit of havoc up there, along with the likes of Backwell and Bode, and along with McConnell. Some of the best small forwards in the SANFL. So the ball now thrown in. Cranston, he's been dominating today. Oh, well done, but Bode comes down. Clever handball. Byron Murphy now. Back to Bode, he's racking it up. Ben Mules now. Glenelg fans want him to kick it, he does. Here's Grimer. And there, well, right on cue. That's a, I mean, considering the quality of the opposition. Now, well, the umpire in charge played it a mark.
Yes.
Another umpire, Tim Pfeiffer, in the middle of the ground, said it was a push, and well, right in front of Snout Slouts, they're not too happy.
Yes, I would have thought Derek Woodcock was in best position there, rather than Tim Pfeiffer adjudicating, who was still in the centre square. But meanwhile, Centrals take advantage of that rebound. I was just going to say, Grimer's had it all over Sherwood. That's no easy task. And they get a free kick back. Tim Pfeiffer says, all right, I made a mistake that last time. You can have a free kick here, Glenelg.
I'll tell you what, the fans are not too happy down in Snout Slouts. Here we go. Now, Bode's got it. Over to Hinge.
Plays
Funny to say, but Glenelg probably need a goal here with all the play they've had. And the ball comes down now. McConnell. The ball, well, just a tight contest at the moment, and we'll have a ball up at the 25-minute mark of the second quarter. It's Glenelg 6 goals, 642. Lead Central's 3-6-24. Allen fighting for that ball there. And we'll have another ball up, and Damien, see if you can get this one out.
Yes, well, Ty Allen did. He tried to charge through the pack there. McConnell off the tap from the Central's ruckman and has missed everything on that occasion, out of bounds on the full. Just going to mention, Grimer opposed to Shell. That's going to be an interesting duel, because Daniel Shell was one of the highest, had, I think, leading amount of marks
he's a
last
great
year.
Player, former Docker and Crow.
So Central's now through Goodrin. Dutchke's under
Didn't
pressure.
know he was there, did he?
No. Grimer, good turnover from Glenelg. Hinges on in the pocket. Too far for him as the second quarter siren sounds here at Glenelg Oval. It's Glenelg 6-6-42, leading Central's 3-6-24. Do you have the goal scorers there, Daniel?
I certainly do. McConnell bobbed up in that quarter with 3 goals and also 2 out on the falls. Byron Murphy kicked 1. Sorry, there was Matthew Doldig 1, Adam Fisher 1 and Todd Grimer 1. For Centrals, they have 1 each to O'Sullivan, Cowan and Elijah Ware. We'll be back in the second half for this big clash here at the Bay.
Okay, welcome back to this round 6 clash here at Glenelg Oval and Sunday SANFL football as Glenelg holding a margin of 18 points at half-time. So, Tim Pfeiffer, I just had a look at the facilities that they've just opened up here, and it's great down there, the al fresco beer garden arrangement they have in front of it.
Absolutely magnificent.
So, Glenelg into attack immediately, and Grimer, this time in front of Shell, takes a mark.
Gee, this is a big kick for the Tigers just to get this first goal of the second half. And if Grimer can sink this goal, Glenelg will go a long way to winning this game.
It's a big kick, but it's not going to make the distance.
Here's a go.
Oh, no, at the back of the pack.
He bobs up again.
Right place, right time. How did it get to him? You saw about 3 or 4 Centrals players fly up for that football. How did the ball manage to get back there?
Well, he is a magician. He is a match winner. I've seen him enough times now to work it out that he can just kick goals that not many players in this competition can kick. And we'll say it again, if he cannot find a place in a state squad when he's kicked 63 goals as the best small forward in the competition, I don't know when he can ever get in that squad, because he's actually Glenelg's go-to man.
Yeah, a real opportunist.
There's no doubt about it.
Okay, back in the middle, McCabe. No, it's Slade who sends Centrals forward. Laurie hits it back towards the goal square, but Rudolph is there for Glenelg. Nice kick, he's found Backwell, and he's got a player in Holmes running for him. Tries to get it back to Backwell, has to go after it. Got to contend with Elijah Ware, but Backwell manages to send Glenelg inside 50. Chance here again for the Bays. Bode dishes off to Allen. Allen off a step. He's got a player in the pocket here in Ruwalt, but it appears to be Cochrane with him, and the ball will trickle over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary line throw.
I mean, and Bode's almost a luxury, isn't he? Just coming back from the Crows, and he's just another small forward that the opposition sides have to counter. And here's a chance now. Actually, we'll have another ball up, but Glenelg have got Backwell, Bode and McConnell, and I mean, who do you put your best small defender on? Because they're all capable of kicking goals. But so here's a chance. Ben Kane's got it now, and well done by the Centrals players there. Earl Shaw, the ruckman, got down on his knees there to tie that one up. In fact, the umpires actually pulled out a free kick, and not many of the crowd even know what's going on at the moment. But Ben Kane's got the ball. He'll have a shot from 55 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and a big kick in the context of this game. So Kane now has a shot, and well, that is a magnificent kick. Now, what's the umpire going to call here? Is that a point, or?
It's out of bounds, I would think, if it hits the behind post, or did it go over the line before it was hit?
Gee, that's an interesting call, isn't it? Because it actually hit the behind post, and so that means it must have actually gone over the line and then came back. So, well, the umpire's in the right position, and that's probably not a bad point for Glenelg now, to lead now by 25 points.
A handy behind as Centrals come out of defence. Faulkner is in the centre square with the football, goes back. He's got a couple of players out wide. One is Ware. Sends it towards Laurie, over his head. Chance for O'Sullivan to run onto it now. He's got to get around Murphy. Pops it over the top towards James Gowans. Gowans centres the football. Dutchke there, took a swipe, but Sherwood was able to relieve for Glenelg. Sends the ball out towards Fisher. Bounces in front of him. Gets around Slattery.
Brilliant.
And sends it up towards Kirkby.
He's a good player, Fisher, and so is Kirkby. He just bobs up. So Kirkby now. He's looking forward. He's got Grimer up there, and the umpire says play on. Slade, clever little handball now. Here go the Dogs. They've got to get some run. Shell, clever handball. Elijah Ware now. Allen tying him up here. Pardon the pun. So Shell, but here we go. Here goes Byron Murphy now. That man McConnell.
Oh, well read by
Faulkner. He can do anything. Faulkner did well. Centrals have got it now. Elijah Ware needs to lift. Kicks it down now, and gee, magnificent spoil there by Paul Sherwood, who's Glenelg's most experienced SANFL player now. 173 games he's played, Damien, and 32 years of age. And
doing a really good job on Heath Laurie, who's a danger man for the Glenelg side. Really shut him down.
Well, Laurie's a SANFL premiership centre-half forward, and they don't grow on trees. So here goes Matty Slade, kicking it down now, and well,
there's
that's
a move.
Just a magnificent mark. That's
Daniel
Shell down there.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's obviously been that with the forwards in Havelberg and Laurie being shut down here. They've got to try and find an avenue to goal, and actually Grimer had it all over Shell in that second term there, so they've opted to put Shell up there to see if they can get a couple of goals on the board. They have the opportunity here with Scott Dutchke. Missed one in the second term. What's he done this time? No, he's kicked truly on this occasion, so he gets his first. And the Dogs fourth, so they move to 4-6-30, trailing Glenelg 7-7-49 on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard.
And they're just hanging in there, aren't they? They won't go away, the Dogs. They are the reigning champions, and they're not going to give up their crown without a fight. And it's a big game here, big prize for the winner, as we've said. The winner will go to equal points with Sturt. The loser will stay in fourth spot, so it's a big game. As you said, that's a magnificent move to bring Shell, who's a proven AFL forward, into the forward line.
So back in the middle, Shaw and Cranston, well roved by Allen, but kick smothered, well read by Ware, but Allen's good enough to clean up, go in after it again, takes on an opponent
brilliant.
And sends the ball forward. Great play. Here the Glenelg fans appreciating that. As umpires picked out a free, it's going the way of Hayes.
So Hayes has got it now. One of 6 Dogs in the SANFL state side. Kicks it now, and Ben Kane, well done by Dutchke. Brilliantly done. Falls over, but still managed to get the important handball out. Here goes the Dogs now. Through El Shaw. Allen did well, but it falls with Slade. The ball now, Gowans. That's James Gowans. Clever handball. Here go the Dogs. Elijah Ware, you'd back him from here. On his right foot, and he's missed. That was an important shot at goal. So Glenelg still lead this contest. They are 7-7-49. The Dogs in accurate kicking 4-7-30.
So ball back into play. Chance for O'Sullivan. Being worried there by Sherwood. Ball comes out, but the umpire's already blown his whistle, and that's umpire Toby Medlin. And we're going to have another all up. Not far from Central's goal. So just staying in touch with the Glenelg side at this stage. Laurie and Cranston. And we're going to have another stoppage. So
next goal's big, isn't it?
Absolutely, because if Centrals get it, well then it's back to 12 points
on.
And right in this game.
Yep.
Murphy there. Ball not coming out.
It's almost as if Glenelg get that next goal. I mean, they are up and away and will lead by 4 goals, and they'll be pretty hard to catch if Centrals get it. Certainly game on.
So O'Sullivan gets a clearance, sends it towards McKay, but it's too far for him and everyone else, and it goes over the line out on the full. So Glenelg will relieve here in the back line. It's Panozzo there to take the kick. Bit of a slow start to this third term. Of course, we had that exciting goal by O'Connell. Just chance there for Ruwalt, and his kick is out of bounds on the full. So yeah, pretty tight contest at this stage. As you said, that next goal very important, Daniel.
Well, it certainly is, and Elijah Ware now. Here's the ball on the outer side wing. The umpire's actually called play on, so he goes in, looking now for Goodrum, and the ball spills out of play. I was actually in that Glenelg function room, and they were playing a Delta Goodrum song, so that's actually his sister. So
Yes.
that might be a good theme for Centrals today. If he,
What was the song?
Can't remember. It was one of those songs that you just know it was her singing it. But
Okay.
here we go. James Gowns has got it now. Clever kick from Dutchke. Shell, the man we spoke about. Gee, he was out of position there, Shell, and he did really well, at least to bring that ball down to his crummers. And Ian Callanan would have been handy to have in that forward line. And anyway, Centrals have registered another behind. They go to 4 goals, 8-32. They trail by 17 points.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how long is it since Daniel Shell has played, because he started off last year in defence, and just wondering how many times Centrals have been caught in this position where they've had to throw Shell forward. Anyway,
Not often.
Chance for Laurie. He's got O'Sullivan free in the middle, and is it Chad?
Chad O'Sullivan, he just bobs up, doesn't he?
Yes. As you said, he's already got one today. And filling in for Ian Callanan as that crumbing forward to come in, kicks, got a little close to the man on the mark, perhaps a little cramp there, and he misses.
Gee, that's a big miss. In the context of this game, that had to go through for the Dogs.
Yeah, they've got to get a score here, the Dogs, because they've been doing all the attacking. Now, that's going to, there's a big advantage to Glenelg to clear the defensive zone, as O'Sullivan tackled Murphy after he took the mark. He will just go laterally towards Sugars. He's got a man free. Just beside him, Panozzo sends it back to Sugars. They're trying to open up something in the middle of the ground here. Could be a bit of trouble here. It's good play by Matthew Slade, but Glenelg might get out of it
just
here.
Hit the ball. Good
hand pass by Panozzo, but he set Ruwalt a task there, Sugars. Dutchke swoops onto it, on towards Shell. Shell over towards Laurie. Laurie's got McKay, bit slow
tackle.
there.
Sam Rudolph.
And excellent play, and the advantage will go with the Glenelg side. They're on here as Ruwalt runs away. Gets a kick over towards McGregor. It's punched away from him. Chance there for Richard Cochrane. Sends it back to Swatala, around the body. But bit of a blind kick. All Glenelg here. They'll rebound off the half-back line with Mules onto Allen, over towards Murphy, right in the centre of the ground, sending the Glenelg side forward, looking for McConnell, punched away from him. Chance there for Cochrane. He's set upon immediately.
Oh, well done, Matty Bode.
Good crumbing there by Bode, centering the football, but it's great mark by Hayes in best position there, and you can see why he's in the state squad.
Well, you can, but not with that kick, because Backwell's intercepted. You give a bloke a rap. He lets you down every time.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. Brett Backwell, just when Glenelg needed him to stand up, he stands tall. He might only be, he's only 173 centimetres, but gee, that was a crucial mistake in the context of this quarter. Centrals have had a lot of the play. Glenelg get it down there once, and Backwell kicks a goal.
Yes, that's when it really can punish you, and a mistake like that is... Yeah, it sort of...
breaks your heart, doesn't it, for a Central supporter?
Yes. And also, I don't know, to a degree, it's summing up Central's day so far.
It certainly is. So Cranston now against Mackenzie. Mackenzie's got a few premierships. Cranston doesn't. He wants one. And the ball now. Bit of a ball up here. So it's really the hunter versus the hunted here. Central's since 2000 have been the team in the SANFL. Glenelg haven't. Glenelg have been near the bottom. They're rising. Can they beat them, though? That's the question. So Central's now have got a free kick. The ball comes out to Dutchke. He's been important. He plays on immediately, looking for Shell. And Sam Rudolph, that man that
you
one
wanted
of the best defenders in the SANFL at the moment, and he's playing a magnificent job back there.
Well, some people said he played a pretty good game last week on Chambers.
Yep.
I thought he contained Chambers, but Chambers still walked away with 6 goals. So it's pretty hard for a backman there. But in that situation, when you see a spoil like that, you got to say, right, well, he's doing his job. He's doing the best he can. And there's other situations where, say, a forward would get it right on the chest. So he's got no opportunity.
That's about the only game he's actually had goals really kicked on him. So I think he's very unlucky.
So Glenelg out of defence. In a tight pocket there is Backwell. He's turned it over, and Williams dishes off towards Shell. as we just spoke about. There he is, leading and taking a mark in front of him, and there was nothing on that occasion that Sam Rudolph could do. And so Daniel Schell, which we haven't seen a lot of in the last 18 months, is going to have a shot on goal. Comes in, kicks, and he hasn't lost that technique. And a nice goal there to Daniel Schell, his first. And so there's a small return so far from that move by Roy Laird as Centrals get their fifth. They're 5-9-39, trailing Glenelg 8-7-55 on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard.
I mean, well, he's kicked 271 goals from 117 SANFL League games, and I mean that just shows how important he's been for the Centrals as a forward player in their premiership years of around the last few years. He moved into defence last year when they had Hazelberg and Laurie, but he's important for him up forward today. So the ball in the middle, Mackenzie and Allen, and the umpire will come in and it'll be a throw up. So it's Cranston against Mackenzie. Mackenzie wins a tap, but Fisher roves it brilliantly, looking for McGregor. Lucky bounce here. Here go the Dogs. Williams, Mackenzie, James Gowans. They're getting on top.
Gee.
Slattery.
Crowd thought it was a throw.
Left-hand handball. Brilliant. Here goes Faulkner. He could probably kick this if he got a run on. Here goes the Dogs. Now, where's McConnell? McConnell's in defence. Oh, no, he dropped the mark. Here goes Schell. He makes him pay. The big man. Oh, and he threw McConnell down there. Schell, that's what McConnell brings to the table. He'll kick an amazing goal. He'll also kick balls out in the fall and drop important marks, but that's what he brings.
And you see the player in Williams there, Ryan Williams for Centrals, just reminding him he made a big blue there for his side and put him on his backside. And, another goal. So Centrals just within 10 points now. So after Glenelg got it out to about 24 points, the Dogs have responded again. So back in the middle with umpire Medlin. We're going to see a bounce here. Not a bad bounce. Favours Cranston. Mackenzie. But Glenelg will win the clearance. They don't actually get it out of the middle on the first go. Murphy had to go after it again. Finds Holmes. Holmes has got another teammate out wide. It goes towards the Doldig direction. Play on's the call from umpire. And there's going to be a boundary thrown on the outer side.
That's a good move, isn't it? They've got Hazelberg moved into defence as Schell's gone forward, and that's, well, it's proved to be a very good move. Schell's bobbed up here with 2 goals in this quarter. So it's Mackenzie now against Doldig. Mackenzie's getting on top now on the ruck. Fisher, he's been busy. Gets over to Holmes. Oh, and the Glenelg fans are pretty happy with that one.
Got a high tackle around the neck there.
And Holmes, who's had a very good season, only played 7 games, the 19-year-old, will line up for perhaps the most important kick of his career. Pretty big moment in this game, you'd say, Damien, because without putting too much pressure on him, if he can kick this goal, Glenelg will get that momentum back and be up by 16 points. If he misses, Centrals can get it down there and be within a kick.
Yeah, so Thomas Holmes has been relatively quiet today so far, but he's got an opportunity here to extend Glenelg's lead and makes no mistake. Great kick. So he rose to the occasion there, Daniel.
Well, he certainly did. I mean, he's only 19. He's won I guess the Rising Star nomination, the young player in the SANFL. He won one of those nominations a couple of weeks ago. And Holmes has been really, really important in that Glenelg midfield on the wing or in the middle. And Glenelg now go to 9 goals 7. Central 6 goals 9. So Glenelg 9-7-61, lead by 16 points.
So back in the middle with umpire Pfeiffer. Ball up. Slattery, take it away from him. There he is again. Holmes wins it out of the middle for Glenelg, but Charles Slattery there for Centrals. Falls over, but gets a handball onto Mackenzie. Mackenzie's backed up by Williams. Sends it into the centre forward position. Punched away. Oh, good recovery by Laurie. There's no one in the goal square. Will it bounce, roll through? It does. Great goal there by Heath Laurie. And just as Glenelg extend their lead, Centrals bring it back to within 10 points here. And we've got a real entertaining contest.
Gee, after that first quarter, this has been a magnificent contest between 2 of the best sides in the competition. And What a clever goal, wasn't it, from Laurie? He reminds me a little bit of Scott Lucas, the way he plays. Left footer who can play at centre-half forward or centre-half back. Very clever as well. He likes to kick long goals with his left foot, and he can also kick goals like that.
And that's his first. He's had a pretty quiet day. He's been shut down by Sherwood. And, back in the middle again, and umpires picked out a free to Ty Allen.
Well, he should be going long here.
Yeah, it's taking a lot of time. Okay, so sends it, goes long, and Kirkby had about 3 Centrals opponents to beat on that occasion. One of them was Mackenzie, who bobs up with the mark, sends the ball out towards Swatala. He's got Ware, he's got a bit of space. Will Doldig catch him? No, gets the kick away. Chance there for Westhoff. Lee Westhoff over towards the running Williams. Still outside the attacking 50 for Centrals. Got Daniel Shell just outside of the goal square. Goes in that direction now. Rudolph flies.
Oh,
Shell at the back.
Oh, what a mark. That is... He's got a full forward written all over him.
Well, he hasn't lost it, has he, Daniel?
No.
So since going... this could be his third in 20 minutes of football.
Well, you don't kick 272 goals in league football and not be able to play the position. This is... he's just proving that he perhaps could be up forward for a few more games.
So we watch Daniel Shell make no mistake, and he gets his third, and, well, that could be the move that wins Centrals the game.
Gee, that's a magnificent move. Roy Laird's got an unbelievable coaching record, and this move here today is perhaps growing. His legend is growing. I mean, because Havelberg was beaten in that first half. They've moved Havelberg into defence. Grimer was getting on top of Shell, and Shell's now gone forward and kicked 3 goals, and gee, the margin now is back to 4 points, and we said that Glenelg, even when they were up by 24 points, needed to keep kicking goals. If they didn't, this is what would happen. So the ball now back in the middle. Bode trying to get the ball out, well tackled by Dutchke, and we have a real good game on our hands here. Buckets Mackenzie's been very important in this quarter. He's getting on top in the ruck. So Mackenzie now against Button. The ball comes down. Centrals look like they're wanting that hard ball more. They're winning it out. They're on top. Here goes Elijah Ware on that left foot. He looks for Shell. He's got it. Champagne stuff from the champions. They are the reigning champions. 6 of the last 8 premierships. And now Shell, if he kicks this goal, the Bulldogs will have hit the lead.
And that's just such a luxury that Roy Laird has got, where, okay, his forwards have been shut down by the Glenelg defence, Sherwood and Rudolph, who've done an amazing job, and then he can just throw Shell down there, and Shell gets his 4th for this quarter. What a fantastic quarter of football by Daniel Shell. And Centrals now have got the lead. They're on 9-9-63, leading Glenelg 9-7-61, and well, it was Grimer who was bobbing up and giving Shell a headache in that second term, and it's now Shell returning giving Glenelg a dose of the same medicine, because Mark Minkin now has to do something to try and stop it, because the supply is actually increasing from the middle. We see Centrals winning that hard ball, and the run of Ware and those sorts of players. The supply is increasing, and Centrals are capitalising. Well,
I remember Shell played for the Crows a game against the Brisbane Lions in 2002 when the Lions were at their peak, and he kicked 3 goals in a very good match-winning performance. So he's done it on the game's biggest stage as well. But here go the Dogs. They've got all the running here. This is Goodrum. He goes in long now. He's got Gowans all on his own. The umpire says play on. Bode. Cranston, they're under siege now, the Glenelg side. Sherwood. He's looking for Kirkby. Centrals, they're getting that hard ball. Backwell, well tackled by Jason McKenzie. Dutchke. Elijah Ware, it's tough in there. Well done.
Oh, they merge here. Well done, Centrals.
Matty Slade looking for Cowan. Could have been held. Gee, Luke McCabe showing all of his experience. Kicks it there. Shell again. No, it's not. It's
Laurie.
Laurie. If it's not Shell, it's Laurie. Laurie's bobbed up now, and he'll go back now for his 2nd goal. And suddenly, Centrals could be up by 8 points.
Absolutely, and this is the problem now that confronts Glenelg. Shell's bobbed up, he's kicked 4 goals, so the attention all goes on to him. Then what happens? Someone like Laurie or Cowan will find the football. So we watch Heath Laurie go back, have a shot on goals. He's missed this across the face. Minor score, so I'll let off there for the Glenelg side. So Centrals by 3 points, 9-10-64, playing 9-7-61. Glenelg on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard.
So that was an important miss, wasn't it?
Absolutely. So Rudolph for Glenelg, but it's going to be chopped off, and Centrals are going to have another opportunity. Great mark there by Dutchke. Waste no time. Got the forwards and Cowan, and so Elsa was up there. I think Shell or Laurie trying to fly high. Chance here for the Dogs to get a crumb here. Player there trying to have a shot on goal. He's tackled immediately. Stacks on the mill, as they say in the classics, and umpire Woodcock will ball it up, not too far out from Central's goal.
And this has been billed as one of the biggest games of the year, and it's certainly living up to it now, Damien, in the second half. It's just a magnificent contest. So Sherwood now gets the tap. James Gowans. They've lifted the Dogs. They've shown why they are still the champion team. Glenelg, the challenger. Can they rise to this challenge? And Glenelg haven't beaten the Dogs since April 2006.
Now, was that the 30th anniversary of the massacre of when Glenelg kicked 49 goals? Was that last time they beat Central?
No, it was the 31st anniversary, actually.
31st, right, okay.
It was
out by year. I knew it was around the mid-70s.
It was actually when Glenelg had Bryce Gibbs and Richard Douglas dominating, and they won by 95 points.
Okay.
McConnell was running havoc, and it was at the Adelaide Oval, but none of this, I guess, on the minds of the players out there now, because, gee, the crowd getting involved. It's a magnificent contest. At the 26-minute mark of the third quarter, Central's lead by 3 points. They're 9 goals, 10-64 to Glenelg 9-7-61. Bode gets a clever kick out, and that'll go out of play in front of us here on the grandstand wing. And Glenelg really need the next goal. Centrals have all the momentum.
So actually that was a double header at that time when Glenelg beat Centrals. Ball comes back into play. Dutchke set upon, nearly loses his head, and the Glenelg supporters don't like it as umpire Pfeiffer awards Scott Dutchke a free kick, sends the ball into those tall forwards. The Centrals, they're standing tall this quarter. Rudolph there, he's had his hands full this term. Over towards Holmes. Holmes over towards Penozzle. Oh. It's now Centrals applying the pressure to Glenelg, and they're coming unstuck here, and a free kick. Another free kick's being given away. And you can hear the Glenelg supporters getting pretty vocal with umpire Woodcock there. Back into the attacking zone, a chance for James Gowans to run in and go bang, and another 6 points on the board. He has a go at a supporter back there, and he gets his first.
That's his first.
And the Dogs move into double figures. They're 10-10-70, leading Glenelg 9-7-61 on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard. It's 27 minutes gone, so there wouldn't be too much time left, Daniel, for Glenelg to get a goal and bring that margin back to 3 points.
Well, they've kicked 7 goals this quarter, the Dogs, in the Premiership quarter. They know how to win a few of those. And Glenelg Footy Club have been around since 1925, has only won 4. Centrals since 1964. They've won 6 and have overtaken the Tigers in that department. And on the scoreboard here, Bode gives out a handball to Holmes. Cleverly picked up. He needs to lift. It's a clever kick on his left foot. And a clever mark by Fisher, gets it on. That's what the Tigers need. Mules over to Ben Kane. Now he's got Grimer up there. That's all he's looking for. And Grimer takes an absolute specky. Oh, mark of the day if you don't mind. He took a beauty in the first half, and I reckon that one stopped it. What a mark. That name Grimer, a famous name at the Dogs, a Premiership player, his brother Nathan, and Todd now stepping up for Glenelg to go back and kick probably a very important goal here and bring the margin back to 3 points.
Yeah, an exciting mark, and can he finish off? He does. He kicks truly. So Glenelg now move into double figures. So they're trailing Centrals by that slender margin of 3 points. So 10-7, the Bays. Centrals 10-10-70, Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard. 29 minutes gone of this third term, and it's been a great quarter of football. So we're in for a big last quarter here at Glenelg Oval on this Sunday SANFL clash.
It's worthy of a final, isn't it, Damien, the way this game's been played since quarter time, and really, can the Tigers match this intensity of the Dogs? We'll find out. So the Glenelg now back well on his left foot. That's his game. He can run them off their feet. Ooh. Kirby, the umpire said play on. Tiger supporters not happy. Brilliantly done by Faulkner. Over to Elijah Ware. O'Sullivan. Cowan. Sugars now for the Tigers. Kicks it across to Panozzo. Glenelg get out of trouble. Panozzo has a bounce, well chased down by Daniel Shell. He's kicked 4 goals this quarter, and he's chased down Panozzo there and caused a turnover. So, well, what an unbelievable quarter that was by the Dogs. They actually kicked 7 goals 4 to Glenelg's 4 goals 1. So at three-quarter time here at Central's 10-10, 70, lead Glenelg by just 3 points, 10-7, 67.
So welcome back everyone, wherever you happen to be watching this DVD presentation by Pine Lodge Studios. Don't forget, if you after any other SANFL games not covered by the ABC, give Pine Lodge a call on 82711 as the final quarter gets underway here at Glenelg. And umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to, appears to be Williams there for Centrals. And just kicks it across to Richard Cochran. He goes across the ground to Swatala. Swatala will send Centrals into attack, but over the head of the forward. Chance here for James Gowans to run onto it now. Comes back over to Laurie. Laurie's got a player in Williams who's come up from the centre of the ground, and he's taken a mark just inside 50.
It's an important kick here for the Dogs, and Williams here, if the 19-year-old, if he can sink this goal, they go to a 9-point lead. Suddenly, Glenelg need to start kicking some goals. So here goes Williams now, from almost right on the 50-metre mark. He kicks it long. That is a magnificent kick in the context of this game. And, well, the Dogs now go up by 9 points. And here at the 2-minute mark of the last quarter, the Dogs go to 11 goals 10, 76. Lead Glenelg 10-7. 67, and well, we've said it earlier, Damien, that you can never write the Dogs off.
No, absolutely. And Williams, is he power listed?
I believe he's on the power rookie list.
Yes. So encouraging signs there for Mark Williams. I wonder if there's any relation there. But anyway, Allen wins it out of the middle for Glenelg, sends them forward, goes over the tall Timbers head and Doldig and Grimer, and Bode sees the ball go over the line in front of the Louts, who are, well, hoping that Glenelg can come back here, where they appeared to have the game won, perhaps in that second and third term at different stages. But yes, as you said, you can't write off the Dogs.
We certainly can't, and so I think Buckets Mackenzie's been really important in this second half. Cranston was certainly dominating the hit-outs in the first half, but he's lifted. So Doldig now doing the ruck against Mackenzie. Bode, this is the type of goals he can kick. Well, it comes over. Grimer, what can he do? Sebenala and Grimer, and the ball goes out of play in front of the Glenelg past players function there out on in front of that white tent over there. That's where they're holding it. It's a family function today. And speaking to one of the former Glenelg players, Robbie Thompson, he was pretty looking forward to this game. He's out there today. So Glenelg now get the kick out, and Sebenala, gee, he's been good today. And the longer this game's got, the better he's got. And
also the player standing in Mark McConnell, we haven't seen him bob up since he kicked that goal early in the third term. Of course, he did make that mistake later in that quarter.
Really, isn't it?
So haven't seen much of him. Really need him to step up for Glenelg. for them to have a chance of winning this game. Ball out the other side. Laurie there trying to keep the ball in, but eventually it'll go over the line. We have a boundary throw in. 4 minutes gone of this final term, and it's Central's up by 9 points as we look to the Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard. Be Mackenzie and Cranston in ruck. Cranston's got the knock there. Allen dishes off illegally. Had one hand tied. And
pardon the pun.
Yes. So umpire Medlin has awarded the free kick to James Gowans, who tackled there. Was Chris Gowans named in the side for Centrals?
Well, he's certainly not out there, is he? He's and they've lost Callanan as well, so they're under strength today, the Dogs, two of their best small midfielders, and
also Paul Thomas out of the side through suspension.
Paul Thomas, well, three. There you go. Perhaps three of their best. And Thomas, of course, was suspended last week in the Anzac Day game against North Adelaide, where Centrals overcame the Roosters, and Glenelg obviously had a big win last week against Sturt, so it's a big game today. As we said earlier, the winner will go to equal top on the table.
So Glenelg not out of it yet. Sherwood does well. Gets around a couple of opponents to Ty Allen, who's probably been amongst Glenelg's better players today. Back towards Sherwood, who kept running. Now he's got Hinge. He's got a couple of yards on a Central's opponent. Sends it goalward and has missed. Gee, someone shook the post there. You can see it wobbling like
doing everything. They've got to go through though, don't they, Damien? If a Glenelg are to win this game, 50-50 kicks like that just have to go through. So here go the Dogs. Switala kicks it over now. It's Lee Westhoff, brother of Jason Westhoff, and well, fantastic pressure there by Holmes on the boundary line. So the ball goes now to Ben Kane. He's in that state squad, so he kicks it now. And that's what Grimer can do. He can bob up like that, and he's only played 3 SANFL games before this game. He's kicked 5 goals. Today, he's already kicked 2. And if he can kick this goal, well, the margin goes back to 2 points.
And I suppose, apart from McConnell's return in that second term, he's been the best key forward for Glenelg today. He's taken a few great grabs here this afternoon. Let's see, he makes no mistakes, so he converts it for Glenelg. They get another 6 points, so that's what they needed. They want to make the most of these opportunities going forward, and nice goal there to Todd Grimer. And the Bays get their 11th. They move to 11-8-74, trailing Centrals 11-10-76. And the Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard, 6.5 minutes gone of this final term. And yep, we're going to be in for, it could go right down to the wire, this one.
Well, that's the great thing about that Glenelg forward line. You can't keep them all down. They've got McConnell, they've got Doldig, they've got Grimer, they've got Kirkby. And Kirkby and Doldig haven't done too much, but you can't keep them all down. So here goes Dutchke. Back well. This is an important ball. Mules, he took a risk. He ran forward. He missed it.
Good tackle there.
And what a magnificent tackle there by the Dogs. And, well, it's about 60 metres out from the Dogs' goal. They lead by 2 points. We're at the 8-minute mark of the last quarter. Laurie. Down to Allen, a clever little chip. Oh, not enough voice there. Back well.
Yep.
And some ironical cheers go up around the ground. A big crowd here at the Bay. Backwell. He goes long. He's looking for Grimer. Play on's the call. Bode goes in hard with Swetala. Here goes Richard Cochran. Oh, holding the ball.
Gee, that was unlucky there for Andrew Hayes.
Andrew Hayes, bit unlucky there. But Fisher's got it now. Where's McConnell? He's the match winner. What can he do? There he is! Oh. He's that man. You cannot keep him down. You can keep him down for a quarter. He can make mistakes, but when you need him, he'll bob up. And McConnell now, going now for his 5th goal. The best small forward in the game.
And again, it's down this end of the ground. This is where he bobs up. He likes this end of Glenelg Oval as we watch Justin McConnell come in. And, oh, yes, he's got it.
Oh, he's got it.
Yes.
Number 5.
Actually, we're just watching the goal umpire there. The Glenelg crowd weren't sure, but once he signalled a goal, they erupted. And, well, Glenelg have hit the front now, 12-8. They're leading Central's 11-6, so 80 points playing 76. A great game of football on this Sunday SANFL clash here at Glenelg.
Gee, McConnell, he can bob up just when the Tigers need him, and this is an important ball now to be won out of this area. Cranston, he wins the tap. Next goal is the very important Backwell to Byron Murphy. That's what you have to do. You've got to kick long. Where's McConnell? There he is. The ball spills. Kirkby's got it. A few of the Tigers supporters near us getting a bit excited. The ball goes out now. Slattery. Oh, the pressure's on. And Holmes let him know all about it, as did Allen.
So we have
right
a boundary
in front of us.
Yes. It's really exciting stuff here at Glenelg as Mackenzie and Cranston there in ruck. Chance for Slattery, who made an error just before. Oh, at the bottom of the pack, getting a lot of attention there. Actually, Charles Slattery doesn't look to be in too good a health at the moment.
He's down.
Yeah.
Gee, it's a tough contest now. This is worthy of a final here.
As the trainers come out to check on the state, and they've called for a stretcher.
And just looking at the overall record between the two sides, they've played 106 times. Central's are 154, Glenelg are 152. So, also at Glenelg Oval, or Challenge Recruitment Oval as we call it now, they've played 42 times, it's 21 each.
Gee.
So the winner of this game obviously goes ahead in that ledger. So, I guess if the Tigers can win this game, they're at least getting that ledger back to where it was back in the 80s. And early 90s when they were well ahead of Centrals, but of course the Dogs have won 8 of the last 9 here at Glenelg Oval and 18 of the last 20.
Well, they're certainly being challenged here at Challenge Recruitment, but I think just with this hold up here with Charles Slattery, this may favour Centrals because Glenelg just came out after the first couple of minutes. The Dogs got the first goal. All the momentum has swung with Glenelg. Now Centrals have a chance now to regroup and just look at how they're going to tackle this second half of this final quarter to get back the lead here. They're only trailing by 4 points, but you can, as we said, the momentum with the Glenelg at the moment. We'll see how it pans out.
Big ball, isn't it? Big ball to be won out of this contest here. Cranston against Mackenzie. There's about 30 players around this contest, and it's a pretty important ball. So Cranston now against Mackenzie. 2 of the best ruckmen in the game in the SANFL. Magnificent tap by Hinge. Over to Backwell. Where's McConnell? The ball spills down to Doldig. Goes in hard. Brilliantly done by Sibanela. To Cochrane and O'Sullivan. Well, he was off then.
Because he's got players running. One of them is Ware. Dishes out. He's got Westhoff in space. Kicks under pressure. Out towards Shell, who had a brilliant third quarter. Both forward and backman tumble there as Sherwood sends a spiral punt. Chance for Hinge. He's got a couple of teammates around him. Dishes off to Backwell, but not a good kick there by Brett Backwell, and he's found Rich Cochrane there in the defensive 50 for the Central side. Got Buckets Mackenzie. Those hands, Buckets' hands come up, take the football in front of Cranston there. Centrals now mount another attack up towards Shell. Spills, good crumbing by Ware. He's been had a good third term as well. Out towards Laurie, just having a bit of trouble controlling the football. Back towards Ware, sends it back in board. Centrals with a couple of numbers here, but player in Panozzo sends it boundary side. Over towards Captain Mules. Mules has got Allen in space. Allen will now steady and find a player centre wing. It's Cranston. Cranston plays on towards Holmes. A good work by Shell. He was outnumbered there. He needs support. Gets some from Laurie. Fisher there traps a football for Glenelg, and we're going to have a ball up centre wing. Pretty tight and exciting football being played here this afternoon, Daniel.
Gee, that was magnificent play by Daniel Shell. Holmes actually had about 2 or 3 players around him to handball it to. He in the end, Shell intercepted the handball and did a magnificent job to create a ball up here. So Mackenzie, a clever tap, but well done by Fisher. Over to Backwell. He's looking for McConnell or Grimer, and Grimer's taken it.
Gee.
That name coming back to haunt the Bulldogs here.
got rid of Havelberg right in front of umpire Woodcock there, did it legally, and he's been a handful.
Havelberg's in that state squad that we speak about, and hasn't had a great game up forward or back, and Grimer really getting on top of him now in this second half. Will actually line up here for his 4th goal.
It's going to be a tough kick.
So Grimer.
Oh.
It was a tough kick, but he kicked the goal, and the Bays now go out to a 10-point. What a magnificent kick by Todd Grimer. Good kicking is good football. Central Districts have had, well, the scoring shots are actually equal. It's Glenelg 13 goals, 880 to Central's 11-10, 76. Glenelg are 13-8, 86. They lead by 10 points. And Damien, gee, it's been a good game, and the way this is going, Central should probably get it down there now and kick a goal.
Yes. Well, let's see if the Dogs can respond. All the momentum still with Glenelg in this final stanza here. Chance now, though, it's pretty tight in there, and the umpire's going to call it. Umpire, Tim Pfeiffer, I believe, there, or
looks like Pfeiffer. Yep.
Throws up the football. McKenzie, front position, out towards McCabe, trying to burst his way through. Can't get past Adam Fisher, and we're going to have another ball up. 15 minutes gone. Final term. Glenelg by 10 points. Work it out. Good work. Out towards, comes out towards Murphy. Races towards goal. Kicks, will make the distance, but he's offline. And a let off there for Central, so Glenelg moved to 13-9, 87, leading Centrals by 11 points, 11-10, 76. Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard.
Gee, it certainly was a let off there. That was a big chance for the Tigers to go up by 16 points. As it stands, they lead by 11, but Cranston.
Oh, he's got players on the middle. We've got 4 players free.
Geez, a line-hearted ruckman. He doesn't get many accolades in the press, but geez, he's one of the best ruckmen in the SANFL. So Kirkby now, what a mark. Just when you need him, he bobs up.
Absolutely, he bobbed up to take that mark.
He certainly did. He'll go onto his trusty left foot now. He looks for Fisher. I reckon he's racked up, he must be in excess of 30 possessions the way he's been playing today. He's been one of Glenelg's winners. Even when Central's had that run on in that 3rd quarter, it was Fisher who was really trying to get the Bays rallying, and now when Glenelg have their run, it's Fisher who's actually leading the charge. So,
and of course he kicked that magnificent goal in the 2nd term.
So Fisher now on his right foot has a shot for goal, and he's kicked a point. Not a bad point though in the context of this game. Glenelg now go to 13-10, 88. Centrals are 11-10, 76.
And of these 2 sides drawn, we had a draw last week, of course.
Never had a draw. Never had a draw, these 2 sides. So it's Elijah Ware. Clever left foot kick. Back well. Intercepted it. And umpire Tim Pfeiffer calls for a throw in right in front of the big crowd here at the Bay. And the Glenelg faithful are hungry for a Tigers win.
So Rucks, Shaw and Cranston to contend for this. Cranston gets it, but Centrals will prevail here. Where, away from the contest, kicks up the forward line. Coming to meet it is Laurie, dishes off towards Westhoff. Westhoff got a player free, and O'Sullivan has a touch of the fumbles. Chance there for Sherwood, but he's tackled by Westhoff. We're going to have a ball up right on Central's forward 50 line. We've gone 17.5 minutes of this final quarter, and it's Glenelg by 12 points. Umpire Pfeiffer throws up the football. Backwell keeps it in. No, he didn't. So we'll have a boundary throw in. And they were nearly away again, Glenelg, who have certainly dominated the last 10 minutes of this game here.
Well, Centrals have actually only kicked 1 goal this quarter. So we're approaching the 19-minute mark, and they've only kicked 1 goal. And Glenelg have kicked 3. So that's been obviously the difference in the game at the moment. But here go the Dogs. Switala, a clever right foot kick, and gee, this man's been impressive. That's Elijah Ware. If he's not winning the ball at the half back line or on the wing, he's bobbing up forward. He's already kicked a goal, and he'll now line up for his 2nd goal. And massive kick in the context of this game. and it looked on target early, but that floated away to the right. A lot of claps around us here. So Centrals now trail by 11 points.
Still time, and Elijah Ware has been pretty much the run and carry player for Centrals today, racing away from contested ball situations. And meanwhile, Glenelg through the agency. Holmes looked around. I don't know whether he got a call from someone there, but anyway, ball bounces nicely for him, sends it up the line. Chance there for Doldig, Kirkby, McConnell as well, but boundary line wins in the end. And I think it was Faulkner perhaps who was shifted onto to McConnell and has kept him pretty quiet. But, you know, as you said, he has bobbed up on occasion like a real jack-in-a-box.
He certainly can bob up at any time. So here goes Allen. And very good tackle there by the Centrals player. And that was Matthew Slade, the 6-time premiership star. So Doldig against Shaw. Shaw rucks his own tap to Switala. And as you well, the crowd thought that was going out in the ball. The players thought it was. We thought it was up
they all
here.
stopped.
And, amazingly, it landed well inside the line in the end.
It perhaps Laurie could have taken that mark.
Certainly seemed as if it was going into the crowd, that ball, but it came back. And Shaw now, he's getting on top. Dutchke's been impressive all day. Rudolph, he needs to stand tall. Holmes. Panozzo. Murphy now. He's got to get it over to Mills. He does. Can Mills pick it up? He gets the ball forward. Fisher's there. Holmes again. He's running all over him. Well done now by the Dogs. And that was Richard Cochran, who I think's been one of Central's best players today. He just held that ball in the area. So the umpire throws it up. Cranston down to Hinge. Hinge, clever left foot kick. He's looking for Kirkby, and he's got him. Kirkby. Glenelg need to keep attacking. No point in holding this up. They've got to keep attacking. They've got to kick another goal. Well, here we go. Fisher has a snap, and what's he done? Well, he's kicked an important point. That's what he's done, because Glenelg now lead by 12 points. They're 13-11. 89, lead Centrals 11-11, 77. We're at the 22-minute mark of this last quarter in a gripping contest here at the Bay.
So Centrals now. So Adam Sultala plays on, takes on McConnell, then handballs to a teammate, Andrew Hayes. Centrals out of defence through Goodrin. Kicks up to the wing, trying to look for it's at Ware, but chopping it off is Murphy there for Glenelg. Sends a handball back towards Bode, turns around, goes by foot, looking for Fisher, but perhaps maybe the boundary line as well, and they'll get a boundary thrown on their half-forward line, Glenelg. So they're up by 12 points. Won't be too long in this game, and Centrals will really need to get a goal in the next minute or two to have any chance now, I think, of winning this contest. But Glenelg have other ideas. Bode. No, on that familiar left.
That's a big point there. 13 points now. Centrals have to score 3 times now to hit the lead. So not the worst point you can get at this stage of a game when you're at well into time on. And Glenelg now go to 13-12-90. Lead Centrals 11-11, 77.
So Switala comes out. Havelberg punches over the top. Boundary throw in. That will suit Glenelg. It's still in their forward line. I think the fans sense they've got this game.
Gee, the crowd's lifting here. They're rallying the Tigers over the line. They're almost like the 19th man here today for Glenelg, and they haven't seen much success in the last, well, for a long time, and Centrals have seen it all. But Cranston now, he gets the tap. Bode, he wants that ball more. Gives it to Ruwalt, and the ball goes out of play. We're about 40 metres out in front of the Snout Slouts, and Glenelg holding on to a 13-point lead. So the ball will be thrown in. Cranston and Shaw. Shaw's done a pretty good job in this last quarter. But Cranston now, the ball comes down. And, yep, that was over the shoulder there. James Gowans gets the free kick. And that's what Centrals must do. They must play on. Switala. He kicks it out wide. Well done by Byron Murphy. Got the spoil in on Slade. The ball comes down now, Havelberg. Switala. Down to Goodrum. On his left foot. Oh, clever kick. Dutchke. In fact, it was McCabe.
Dishes off to O'Sullivan now. So this is the last chance for Centrals. As O'Sullivan's kick, can't find Shell, but Aware there for Centrals. Can he kick a goal?
Oh.
No, he's missed.
It was that was a big stage, a big time in the game, and he needed to do better.
So Glenelg breathe a sigh of relief. I think now perhaps that was Central's last opportunity. Kick, James Gowans, but coming over the top was Grimer. Now Kane is away, takes on the big fella and Laurie, takes a bounce, another bounce, on towards Murphy. Murphy can go towards goal. What can he do? Can seal the game? No, he can't. But again, that handy behind, so margin stretches out to 13 points, and yeah, I can't see now Central's getting 3 goals with the time remaining in this game.
Not the worst
Daniel.
point you can get again, as we've said, when you're up by 13 points at the 25-minute mark, it's a pretty handy lead, but I think the Glenelg supporters want another goal here. They need to put the Dogs away. You can never write them off. Sugars, Centrals, if they get a goal, anything can happen. The ball comes down now. And Sugars is in there, Kirkby's there, and Havelberg. And gee, the crowd is really lifting here. We haven't seen this at the Bay for a long, long time.
And also, look, this is a good win by Glenelg because they were challenged in that third term when we thought at the start of this last quarter when Central's got that first goal that they were going to be away again with this a victory here this afternoon, but it's Glenelg that responded well in this final term.
If Glenelg do hold on, I think this is actually a great win. I think this is almost one of the best wins they've had in minor round football for a long, long time. McConnell.
Good mark.
Oh, what a mark by Faulkner. The man who left the Dogs to go to the Western Bulldogs, and now he's back at the Dogs again. He's a
the Dogs man
certainly a Bulldog. He certainly is.
Wonder if he goes to the track and bets on the Dogs, but anyway.
He probably does. He probably owns a few dogs as well. He's a dog man through and through, and gee, Centrals, they just need to get on with it. Time is ticking, and this will suit Glenelg. They've wasted about 20 seconds here. That was Hayes. He kicks long. Shell. Oh, clever handball by Rudolph. Mules ends up with it, the captain, leading by example. Clever little pass. Kirkby now.
Here's a chance.
Here we go. So Hinge, geez, been important. The longer this game's got, the better he's got. Hinge. Where's McConnell?
Oh, gee.
There's
They were setting it up for him, but he was just caught behind there. Just the ball went over his head, so a minor score to Glenelg. But they're up by 14 points now. 13-14 to 11-12. Dutchke there for Centrals. Not willing to give up, but Sherwood dives on top of him. Dutchke's wrapped up in a tackle, and we're going to have a ball up just outside Glenelg's attacking zone. And the crowd sense, I think, Daniel, that the Glenelg have got this game won, and as you said before, it's going to be a fine victory for the side this afternoon.
Well, you've got to remember that Central's only lost 2 games last year. They've only lost 1 this season, and it's amazing performance here if Glenelg can get over the line. Laurie, he still thinks Centrals can win, and they certainly still can. Slade, what a kick. He kicks it now. All on his own is McCabe, the Jack O'Day medalist. He's kicked the goal, and it's not over yet. The Dogs trail by 8 points. There's a heartbeat still out there for the Bulldogs. No, they will never give up, and you can never write them off.
Absolutely, and that was good play there by Luke McCabe to find space there in the goal line, and that's something that Centrals have had trouble with in this final quarter. That's only their 2nd goal of the term, and well, back to 8 points. Perhaps time is against Centrals here this afternoon. Umpire Woodcock back in the middle, throws the ball up. Mackenzie and Cranston. Cranston palms it to Mackenzie, and the umpire's picked out a free. It's going to Glenelg's way, so they'll go into attack with Backwell with a football in the middle of the ground. He's got Grimer coming out from goal. No, nearly got there.
Did well.
Almost. Kirkby, though, Crumswell tries to find McConnell. Did he get a shove in the back? No, umpire says play on. Out towards Cochrane. Did he get tripped there? No, he didn't, and we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the time clock, which reads it's gone 28.5 minutes of this final term.
Gee, Kirkby did well then. He was against a couple of opponents. McConnell actually slipped over, and in the end, that ball went out of play, which is exactly what he wanted. But here go the Dogs. They will not lie down. You can never write this side off. Havelberg, they can win games from anywhere. Glenelg need to hold this up. Well, here goes Laurie. He's been important. Elijah Ware. Oh,
good
Matthew
tackle.
Bode. That man, Glenelg's favourite son. He kicks it now to Holmes. Holmes has been a prolific ball winner today. Doldig. He'll look for Backwell. No, he won't. He'll kick long. Hinge. He's got McConnell. And there he is. Kirkby's there. Castles a rover. Clever little handball to Backwell. Grimer. Oh, no! Can you believe it? I reckon that ball was going for a goal. Grimer could have let it go. He went for the mark. And I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to lose this game from here, Grimer.
Central's wasting no time. Precious seconds left. Heath Laurie takes a fine mark. Plays on straight away. There can't be too much left in this game as McCabe leads out from full forward. He's got two opponents to beat. He's taken a mark. A great mark on his chest. And he's bobbed up. He's been fairly quiet all day, Luke McCabe. But if he goes back and kicks this, well,
it's game
on.
on.
Very important goals.
You cannot write this side off. Well, now you can.
But he's kicked it.
Because the siren's gone. And the Tigers have won it by 3 points.
Amazing.
What a fantastic victory. Centrals were brave all day, but the Tigers have done it. And with McConnell kicking 5 and Grimer 3, this is a famous victory today. A massive crowd here at the Bay, and this is the type of win that can set up a season.
Absolutely, and this is what Glenelg had to do. They had to follow up on their good win last week against Sturt at Unley, and to come out again today when they were challenged by Centrals in that third term. The Central side with the move of Daniel Shell kicking 4 goals. And then, as I said earlier, they come the first goal of the quarter, Centrals. But then Glenelg said, no, we're not going to let this one slip. They responded strongly. And you had players like Backwell winning the ball in the middle. Grimer was a target up forward who stood up well, kicked a couple of important goals in that final quarter. And, Ty Allen, who was good all day, I thought, played a fantastic final term. And Glenelg have set up, as you said, Daniel, perhaps have set up their season and realise now that there could well be a top 3 finish for the Bays and perhaps a grand final contender.
Well, could this be a preview to the grand final? Well, let's hope so, that if we could get a game like that for a grand final, everyone will be happy, because that is that's one of the best, that's probably the best game of the season, you'd have to say. We've been seeing quite a few games this season, and Glenelg were fantastic, but gee, the Dogs were good, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, and they, as we said before, no Chris Gowans, no Paul Thomas. Callanan was 3 big omissions from the side today, and to come down here to Glenelg and only get done by 2 points. Well, look, look, they've still got the depth there.
There's no doubt about
side,
it.
and as you said, they're still going to be around the mark again in season 2.
They'll be top 3. You'd be very surprised, and you'd say that both sides could be top 3 now. And Glenelg now go to 8 points on the table. Central stay at 6, but you know, South Adelaide, you wouldn't expect them to make the 5 at the way they're playing.
Last couple of weeks, disappointing for. We'll see what happens, but they could be around the mark to perhaps play in the finals. And the Eagles, with their win yesterday against Sturt, looks like, well, you can't write them off for season 208. And well, it's with Sturt getting beaten in the last couple of weeks, it's basically opened it up for a few sides there to be back in contention.
It's a famous win here. I think it's one of the great wins that Glenelg Footy Clubs has got perhaps since 1990. Since 1992 preliminary final, when they beat the Eagles in the final there, and to get into a grand final. They haven't had some great famous wins since then. Won a few wooden spoons and been out of the 5 for a long time, and finally got back into the 5 last year after an 8-year hiatus, and now they're really celebrating. And Why wouldn't they?
And also, again, a good victory, and we mustn't forget that James Seller was an important omission from the Glenelg side today, from the side that beat Sturt last week. But we still saw that they had a fairly potent forward line. Grimer probably was the leading forward. Then you probably had your smaller one in McConnell kicking another bag of goals. But and the other players through, I thought Adam Fisher played a great game for the team today. And well,
Holmes racked it up as well, didn't he? Holmes and Backwell and Bode, and they've got a lot of guys that get under the guard. Guys like Byron Murphy and Holmes and McConnell. Just he was that match winner in that second quarter with 4 goals. And in the end, that burst of McConnell, probably the difference. And
the burst perhaps from Grimer, he took a couple of great marks. I'll be looking forward to watching this DVD to have a look at those marks again. And we saw a couple of great goals and an excellent game of SANFL football, I think, this afternoon.
Just a fantastic game. After quarter time, it was a magnificent contest and magnificent crowd here. It's a big crowd. You'd say in excess of 4,000 to 5,000, and the Tigers getting a big send-off. And in the end, they won it 13 goals, 15-93 to Central's 13-12-90. And I tell you what, if there was one more goal, if there was one more minute left, you never know what could have happened, because I think Central's had all the momentum in those last 2 minutes.
Yes, they did. And so Glenelg running out victors here at Glenelg by 3 points. It's been myself, Damien Woodards, and Daniel Frangos, your commentators on this DVD. And we hope you'll be purchasing this one and many others from Pine Lodge Studios, and you'll hear from us again.